I filmed this once before, but I just can't remember if I put it up or not. Look. All right, you guys, now, look, these people spend a lot of money on this property, okay? They're not going to put, and that's actually a really expensive Bigfoot sign, put a Sasquatch. I mean, it's a really good one, you know, it's the one that we all like. Look at that. Okay? Unless he knows something's going on. Okay, I would love to talk. Obviously, this chain's always closed, so this is a summertime place. I will catch this guy one day at the end of his driveway, because this guy knows what's going on. You know, it's a perfect example, you know, of just that, you know, this guy probably doesn't talk to anybody about it because everybody rejects him. You know, people get embarrassed because the rest of the world's so stupid when it comes to this subject. Yeah, stupid, you heard me. You're an idiot if you don't believe in Bigfoot. You know, there's something wrong with you. That's my opinion. I just believe, like, you know, it doesn't mean you're not smart or a good person or have a happy family and a great human life, but, you know, don't you want to know what's really going on? Look, no trespassing. Blatant. I bet you the backyard of his house is just riddled with structures. I'll bet you. Over and out. Look. Look at this, you guys. I told you they're strategic. Like, in other words, they have to be there. It's not strategic so you can't find it, but it's they have to put these things somewhere, and they're always put, you know, where they have to be. You know, look, if a person made that, why bother doing that next to it? You know what I mean? Look at that. I think this is private property. So it's pretty amazing, and I'm sure if you were to look up there, you know, it's probably really good. All right, over now. You see how they do it here? Look at that. It all starts, and they just get pushed over, and they all touch each other always. You know, that's the dead giveaway, that it's not like a storm, is that they're all pushed over, they all have stumps, and they're all touching each other. And Sasquatch doesn't care if you notice that. That's the thing. They're not hiding that from you. It's a crazy thing. Look at this. The trails. I mean, it could be some game too, but like, there's an amazing amount of stuff going on through here. It's just amazing. Just gonna look over there real quick. Do I expect to see anything? Not really. I'm all about spring and summer myself. What in the freak is that? Is that a rock? You guys, there's a rock. Oh my goodness. Right there. I don't want to touch it in case something else is going on. Look at that. I'm not going to take that rock down. It's a rock. I got to take it down. I'll put it back though. Look at that. It has been in the ground. I mean, obviously it had to be in the ground, but I mean, you can tell within recent history there's some dirt on it. Look at that. Let's go get you some sun. This has something to do with energy. That's all I know. That's all I know. Hopefully that's the way it was. No, see, I don't even know how they did that so well. I mean, that's withstanding wind, everything up there. Hopefully that's good enough. Let's look and see if there's some more in the trees. Not the first time I found them in the trees, guys. I can't believe I saw that one. Because it was, you know how I saw it? The reflection from the sun. It was sparkling. Look at this trail. It's amazing. I'm gonna go up this way. That's what I like about doing my videos, you guys. I can just be myself. I don't have to act. I don't have to, that's what's cool about this subject, I should say, is I don't have to create anything. You know, these guys that do these vlogs and stuff and make millions of dollars, every day the guy's like scratching his head, like, what can I lie about today? What can I do? I have to go to my friend who has a Lamborghini. I got to go to this. That's what people want. You know, they want stuff like that because they don't know. They're just like sheep. I don't know what it is. How just, who is it? Mike said it today or somebody? Not thinking out of the side of the box. You know, you're just in that box, and there's nothing that anyone's gonna do to change that. I feel bad for those people. And it's like I think, yeah, it was Mike Patterson that said that. And said, you know, it's not about intelligence. I think when, you know, people hear us saying that stuff, they get immediately offended. Like, what are you saying, I'm stupid? No, I'm saying you're an idiot. There's a big difference. You might beat me on a math test, but when it comes to being here and really having a, you know, a second sense about this earth, yeah, you know, in a sense, I am smarter than you, because you're just, you can't pull it. You can't get it out of the rear end. You just can't. Look at this funky one. And I'm saying that because, you know, it's like a cop, you know, who's like, oh, if I helped one person, I'm happy. You know, that's anyone's excuse to failure. Well, look at this thing. Not only was that just completely taken out of the ground, but it was like moved over and then balanced. Love to see them doing this. What about that tree that was pushed over when I first walked in? Over the snow. Yet there was no... Is that a coincidence, or is that them doing it without making footprints? That's interesting. I'd like to see some more activity. Now that was just a tree that happened to fall over, but why did it fall into some symmetrical pattern on the ground? That's what kills me. Look at this place up here. This is just one giant meeting area or something. I know this is them, you guys, because this is above where I walked in. And there's amazing structures over there. And this is kind of a peak. It's a small peak, but nevertheless, it flattens out a little bit. Look at this in here. They're just running rampant in here. So sorry if I gotta probably have to really review my footage today, because I went off today on a few people. Not too bad, just things I'm sick of. That's why I stay off of that's why I'm behind on messages, that's why I stay off social media a lot, because it happens to everybody. You just can't deal anymore. I'm here to show you this stuff, take it for what you will, and that's basically where I'm gonna leave it. I'm happy to talk to you or help you in any way I can. But that's it. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to, you know, if you're the right person, I will, but it's not my job. My job is to be out here. That's all I do. People are like, you're going to do a documentary, you're going to do movies? I'm like, no, I don't want to do anything. This is what I do. If you want to make a documentary or movie, great. Send me a check. Come out here and we'll do it. I want nothing to do with it. I can make you the best documentary in the world, but I don't want anything to do with the politics of it. I can't do that. Look, this is really, really interesting up here. As far as open as it is, all the unique stuff. Look at this. Now notice, you guys, it's not wind related, because it's the same exact thing over and over and over and over. Everything touches, everything's together. You see that? Nothing's by itself. Everything leans and gets caught. Everything. It's not like something just happened, they just happened to build it. It's the opposite. It's like the wind just happened to knock that one branch over. They did everything else. That's what it's like here. I can't speak for, I've heard that before. Mark thinks everything's Bigfoot. Well, guess what? Where I am, everything is Bigfoot, okay? Where you are, it might not be. It's more than you think, though. They just don't do it as much where you are, because there's some reason, I don't know what it is. Something to do with the state of the population or something. They're more discreet. So therefore, you think you know about Bigfoot, because you're only going to base your knowledge on, if you're a simple-minded person, on your area. I'm not that stupid. I know not to think outside of my areas, because a little bit, but I know it's different, I swear, it's just like, the people in, let's just use Louisiana. I was talking to Neil about Louisiana, in the bayou, they're a little different than us, than a guy in New York City. And it could be similar, I don't know. I'm just making that up completely. But let's not rule out that Sasquatch can be different. I believe their rules are relatively universal. But as far as personality goes, it's not hard to believe. Look at this. Look, another wiener stuck. You see how it's straight, though? There's no branches. You know what I mean? Another one with the field gold, the fork, field of gold. This is where I think they are right now. If they're here, they're in a place like this. They're not standing in that dark, freezing cold snow where there's no footprints that I know of. It's amazing. Let me start over coming through here. You know how I know that this structure is not a home structure? Because when they have the structures where they hang out, you'll see the evidence, actually. What the heck is that? Something's been disturbed here. It's hard to tell. It almost looks like it could be an animal. But, you know, in Holy Cross Wilderness, you'll clearly see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seats, you know, or whatever it is. You see what I call perches. You'll see their round seats. And the other thing I'll notice, like this, look how clean it is. You see how clean that is? That's Holy Cross Wilderness. They don't, everything's neat and perfect. It's like they have maids, I say. Look at this. Everything comes in, turns into an X. Look at the blockage from that hill. That's why I believe they separate. You know, this is a different clan, and they don't want that group coming over here without permission. Or maybe not at all. I don't know how that works. But there's definitely internal problems, you guys, internal problems. I would bet anything in the world that there's some kind of internal thing that goes on with these creatures, and always has and probably always will. That's what I believe, and the Bible even says it. So if you don't believe me, if you don't believe the Bible, then I don't know, you're probably on the wrong track. Let's see. All right, so I'm just kind of making my way back through here. This is pretty cool. I'm above where I first walked in. Maybe just a half a mile, quarter of a mile maybe, I'm guessing, because I haven't been up this way yet. Same type of stuff, you know, it's all done, it's all pretty. Great bends right here, look at this. All leading me up to 2 miles, 3 miles behind me, and then infinity and beyond that, you know. Look at this. Here's a hangout. This is a great little hangout. Wow, look. We start with the leaner, right? Perfect leaner. See? Oh my God, that makes me so happy. I don't know why I love these so much. That one's been there for quite a while. That's really cool. So believe it or not, they would get mad if I took it off of that notch and put it on that notch. And believe it or not, they know. Okay, I promise. They know. Just by when I drop stuff and they give it back to me, they know everything that's in this forest. Look at this. So there's your decoration. Okay, I talk about it all the time. That's a decoration. Okay. Look at your bend. It comes up and gets tucked in with something else. And then the best part, of course, is the perfect X. Okay? And now watch this. This is really cool. Watch this. This is how good I'm getting at this, you guys, because I just I'm so used to seeing it. I know just to not miss, like not follow. Look, come down again. X, right? This one goes that way. This one goes that way. That one goes that way. I mean, all the way down there. That end of that goes all the way up to there with energy. So, you know, these things all connect for a reason. So look, it comes down, makes another X, a beautiful X, right? And goes this way, makes another X. Okay, goes up that way, boxes there, and turns. This entire thing is boxed off in a square. Look at that. See that one up there? Comes down, look at the other one. That's your turn. And it comes all the way down in there. It's a smaller one, but nevertheless, right there. Goes under the snow and comes right out here to the corner. I mean, this is an amazing, amazing little spot to me. I mean, there's your evidence right there of other, and this is nothing compared to what I show, but still, an incredible little spot that one Sasquatch takes a lot of pride in, because he spent a lot of time doing that. All right, over and out. One, two, three. That's the end of the bend. Look at that old one they leaned up a long time ago. A lot of times when I see the leaners, I think that means they go into those trees. It's like an X. It's like saying, yes, we're up here. Man, I just got, like, for some reason, starving. Guess what I have for backup today? And I'm not going to eat it because it'll make me feel like crap. Strawberry Pop-Tart. That's all I really had in the trailer, so I was like, well, I'll bring that just in case I get stranded or I starve, and I'm not going to eat it because... You see that? I know you see that. More decorations. Okay, these are their decorations. Please get it through your head. That's a decoration. See how it's flipped? Like, they love that. The old, a lot of times they'll put a stick right to the top and it looks like a hand's holding it. Over to my left looks really good, but it's all snow. I like being here where it's not all snow. Look at this. What's the word I use? Blatant. So blatant. Look at that. That's so cool. Boom. I think this is a spot. That thing I showed you before, that's a spot. This is like, a little tiny guy's spot, a little group spot. Every one of these spots has an incredible arch. Every one of them. They don't have one without it. And it's gorgeous here. Does that hurt your eyes? I mean, right in this spot, they know all the spots. They know where it's warm. They know where it's cold. It's an amazing thing. They know these forests, I believe, better than anything in the world. Anybody or anything in the world. I don't think anyone would disagree on that one. Look at this. Every spot, arches and X's on the ground. Look at the X. You would think this is my first time doing this. That's how excited I get. Look. I'm just not out here trying to make money, you guys, because you can tell how excited I get. I don't care. It'll never end for me because it's an energized excitement. It's them. Like, they love this. I get so offended when these stupid people are like, you're disrupting the Bigfoot. Stop that. It's like, listen, lady, trust me, I'm not. Maybe some people are, but I've been called to do this. They want me in here. It's my job. It's what I'm supposed to do, and I don't understand any more than that right now. But you just gotta trust me, okay? Just believe me, and you're gonna see why. Just keep watching me. I'm not gonna make this stuff up. Like I've said before, I'm gonna look pretty stupid in a couple years when I've said all these things and nothing's happened, or I haven't found yet another great place or another interesting thing or whatever. It'll never stop. I mean, there was a big rock missing from right there. There's some that have been, this could be a bear. More bends there. I'll tell you, I find a lot of rocks turned up on their structures. I wonder if they don't also look under rocks as well. I know it's a big thing for a big ticket item is a rock for a bear. Look at this. Ooh, this is really good, you guys. You see that? How many times have I shown that? Just the other day, too. And where does that point? Right at the teepee. Just about. It's off a little bit, but it's kind of going right towards the teepee. Look at this. There's your bend. Ooh. Did you hear that? I'm trying to duplicate it. It sounded like I had a lot of air. Look at this. This is amazing. Look, it's field gold. Yes, I mean, I don't know what else. You could show your friends that would convince them. It's just it's an amazing thing. Anybody that takes the time just to look into this, we'll see that it's real. I'm getting whistles. What is that? I'm assuming the camera can hear that. Definitely with headsets. Someone said the other day, I was reading a message, they're like amazing how quiet it is in the areas that you go. You think, you know, that all the animals would just be going about their business, but it seems to be different in those areas. I don't know if I responded yet or not, but I agree with her. It's there's a difference when it's real heavy Sasquatch with the animals. There's certain animals that almost are encouraged to go into those areas. They seem to be friends with them, but the rest of them seem to stay out, like predators, things like that. Then predators will walk through there, but it seems like very limited. It's like he walked through there that one time and they made sure he didn't come back. You know, and I'm making that part up. I don't know. It just seems that way. Look at that. Oh, that was a tree, you think? That's a different sound, isn't it? I don't know. You guys have to tell me on the headsets. I tell you, I haven't had anything happen to me the whole winter up here. The petroglyphs is a little different. I heard it again. But up here, like, here's the thing. I think we have things that happen to us when we're out here that we're not aware of. They can study and be with you and you don't even realize it. It's a crazy thing. But as far as like my typical knowing and interactions, it's just been nothing up here this winter. I would never lie to you guys. I would always tell you the truth. I would love to say, yeah, they were screaming at me. I got this, I got that. We have had footprints and have had some amazing, mind-blowing spots and structures. But, you know, they're just not giving it to me here. I believe in the summer. You know, and of course I know it's a nighttime thing. You know, this is, if you really want those interactions, if you really want to know, I'm telling you, a lot of people, you think you might want that. But when it's happening to you, it's a whole different story. TP structure. So you really got to think that through, because I can promise you that'll happen. You know, I don't know if there's many people in the world that could actually promise you in their interaction with Bigfoot at night, and I could promise you that will happen. You know, it's like, do you want it or not is the real question. Do you really want to, can you really deal with that? I've had plenty of people tell me no, that's not what they want. I've had people that are, you know, they're coming out that have told me, I think most people do, they want that extra confirmation, like, you know, at least have them whistle or yell at them from the bushes, you know. But some people said, Mark, I don't want to see one. I believe I want to see all the structures and walk around, but please do not let me see a Bigfoot. And I was like, I can't promise you that, but your chances are slim to none anyway, depending on your situation. Now, if you're a woman, different, you know. I'm talking to a couple girls now that might be coming out. That are coming out. That I've had other people asking me, and you guys, unfortunately, I think I have too many. I'm restricting how many people I bring out. So, I mean, even a lot of my friends, I'm like, listen, I just can't do it this summer. You know, that want to pay me for a trip, you know, and I'm just like, you know, I can't, you know. I'm doing researcher ones, things like that too. But, you know, it's, ooh, look at that trident, look at that. They love that, you see that? They love these eerie old trees. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. See how it's all just not right? It looks like a tree that would be on like another planet. And they made sure of it, look. Look right next to it. Oh, this is great. See, now you'll believe me about these crazy trees when I show you this. Look. Well, forget about this, right? Blatant. Look at this. Right next to it. You see how there's always backup? There's always evidence. It's never just the one thing, you know, like where I am. It's, you could, there's a million things to back it up every time. Give me a sec. Hey, here's something I rarely point out I have, but I usually don't because it's just not something I think people are going to get, but it's just too many times now. You see this? I'm almost back to my car. There's a road right there, a dirt road. It looks really interesting up and over the dirt road too. I'm not going to be able to zoom right here. Is this? You see this? They mark with people. They'll mark private property. And here's a fence. And they did a bend and a tuck right on the end of the fence. See that? There's no doubt. They got this little one bent and holding it, comes down, breaks, and goes underneath this one. And then you got your look. You got to look very carefully. See that? Right there in front. This is them marking with the humans. I see it all the time. I'll see a private property sign and I'll see a structure right next to it. It's crazy. I have to get out of here. All right, give me a minute. I think the last clip, that's why I stopped and backed up. Look, I was talking about markings of property with a structure next to it. Look at that. They're right with us. It's an amazing thing. They act completely different on these private properties. That's all I can say. I don't know why. That thing that comes over is broken perfectly to rest right next to the private property sign. It's just crazy. I have seen this so many times. I should have documented every time. I'm just thinking to myself, like, wow, they mark every time there's some kind of a marker from humans on their boundary that the Sasquatch is the same thing. And you can just tell it's like military fortresses up there as you go. Like big giant rocks with hangouts, and I see tree markers or trail markers. Another interesting place. It's a tough place though. You go up there, you'll see some signs, and they don't leave a lot of evidence in the rocks, like on purpose. They don't do a lot. So it's hard, to get a lot of good stuff up there. Although I think I accomplished that pretty well in the petroglyphs. But again, a completely different type of area. I'm just kind of looking as I go here. Yeah, so check it out. It's called The Bigger Truth, I think it is. Mike Patterson. I'm just promoting. You guys know I don't promote that many videos because I don't get a chance to watch them, but when I know someone's onto something and they're doing the right thing, he's one of the guys, that's showing the world, what's going on. And it's showing the world without really, you don't really have a choice. If you don't believe what he's showing you, that's your fault. Something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? It's giving you every opportunity, me too, and a lot of other people, to see what's really happening out here. We're in tune with this. Something helped us along. I think a lot of the guys that that are far in this don't even realize that the help they've gotten from the other side. It's these guys don't want everyone's attention, but they definitely want some. And wow, look at that up there. There's an house right here. I don't want to cause too much attention. There's an amazing structure. It's huge and amazing up there. Private property. As soon as I see one of these dudes, there's only like 3 houses in 10 miles, I'm going to be like, listen, how much money? How much? That's all I'm going to say. He's going to be like, what do you mean? I'm going to be like, how much? I want to park right here. Here's another one. Look at that. So blatant on private property. There's actually more. You can't see it, but there's actually, it's not just 2, it's 3 coming out like that. One is blocking the other one perfectly. And that's nothing like the structure we just passed back there. I didn't want that guy getting mad at me. See up here? See how everything is marked and X'd and bent and broken. See that? Look. It's always the same. That's actually an X, you guys. See that? But it's hidden. Great spot. This is a good spot. That's someone's property. Isn't that crazy? Look. It's his driveway. And there's the X. I showed you that. There's a beautiful X right there. I showed it with Callie. I don't know if I put that up. I do so many clips, I don't know what makes it, what doesn't half the time, especially after the fact. So I don't know if I showed you that, but that's an amazing thing how they marked that X, which no one in the world would ever notice that wasn't in the Bigfoot. You just wouldn't notice that X. They do it on purpose. They're so smart. All right, enough of this. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you Saturday. Spots in here are simply unbelievable. The only problem is I can't see the ground, but I can see the structures coming from it, and they're unique and really cool. Damn, I walked about a mile over the snow. But but I'm kind of going this way instead of up. I'm kind of. It was funny. I for the first time, I'm like, "Can you guys just talk to me?" Well, I didn't say that for the first time, but I was like, "Flower." I did Sasquatch, Ontario. Flower. Nothing. Flower. I think that's one of the advantages of having a private property. There's nothing that seems to be quite the same. I can't wait to go up here. I see structures in the distance that are just amazing. I was really hoping there'd be like another teepee up here. You know, the other one they clearly made two. Flower? So hey, let me just, a lot of people still ask me, what do you think about Mike's audios, blah, 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 blah. I said, listen, you guys, I was the same way. In fact, Mike's stuff is trying to get a timestamp here. Mike's stuff is, you know, one of the first things I ever heard when I was looking into this, you know, and, you know, I was the same way. I would go to a friend of mine and be like, listen to this. And within seconds, my friend would say fake. Nope, it's fake, you know. And something in me was like, I don't know, you know. I was like, because I didn't know this yet. So my answer is, it's 100% real, you guys. Once you do this, once you've been through what I've been through, all of that stuff becomes factual. You know what's right, what's not. Even if it's out of your realm of Sasquatch, you know, which that is. I've never experienced anything like that. I've heard vocals before, but I've never been able to establish a relationship like that. That is incredible. And I think a lot of it has to do with audios too. I think audio is the way to go. So I'm doing a lot of audio this summer. I would love to, I don't want to duplicate what he did. I don't think anyone will get anything as good as he has, but you know, I would love to get something like that. That would be, and just to back up Mike's work too, you know, would just be cool, you know. Some nice arches there. I gotta be really careful. It's so easy to get lost in here, because you can see why. It all looks exactly the same. So if you turned like I just did, you know, you're looking at a structure, you know, before you know it, you can get turned around. Or you can think, even if you're on the right track, you can think you're somewhere. So if your car down there a couple miles, as you walk, you'd be surprised at the distance you can cover. And then when you finally go down, you're miles away. It's very deceiving, road versus mountain. Give me a sec. God, this is another great one of those great little, like, the smaller cowboy forests where they have, like, so many structures. It's amazing. They're all behind me up. And right from here is where it starts to get literally by, like, every 50 feet you get more snow. It's that dramatic. So this is my limit for today. Up here, I'm gonna keep going this way. I'm kind of on a teepee. I'm trying to get the layout of the land, you know, which I think I have. But just when you think you have it, you know, something else changes that. And I really want to get an idea of these teepees. It's a big deal to me to find out whether these teepees are strategically placed. I could almost swear it already. Look at that leaner. Just up on the little. So you have your leaner, right? You guys always look for those. Trust me, and especially in discrete areas where they don't do big structures, that's what they're going to do. And if you get really lucky, you'll see that. Let me show you why this is the best X you'll ever find in the world, okay? Very carefully, that X. Do you see why? It's locked. This one behind, this one in front. You see that? There's no way to move that teepee. That X. It is so solid. Those are my favorite. They're the most undeniable. It's theirs. Look at the break. At the bottom of that tree, there's another pushover that goes up. And look, it's on a stump. Look at that. Small scale. Love it. Look. Stump. Break. It looks like there was a clump of two. They pushed one that way. One came up, made a symmetrical X. That's amazing. That's what I miss about Bigfoot Universe and Holy Cross Wilderness. I'll see that, you know, but it's 60 feet tall. I kind of miss that. This place is something special, but don't get me wrong, you guys. There's nothing like Bigfoot Universe and Holy Cross Wilderness. I have never seen anything that looks so pretty as these places. Now, I have not covered this whole place yet. There's something going on here. What happened here? All kinds of activity right here. It's not a moose. It's like a cat? Oh, maybe it was a moose. I don't know. He sat here. Yeah, look, it's the elk. They do that now. So this is the second time I found this up here, where they just sit there and poop. So when he's sleeping, boom. I think they do that during the daytime. I found out that most elk are actually not, I don't think they're actually, you would label them nocturnal, but they do spend a lot of time at night feeding for some reason, or moose. I think it's elk. Someone told me that. I'm not stating facts, but someone told me that. Yeah, he was all over the place in here. It's like a moose. Yeah, that's a moose. Look how big. You guys, look how big that is. It's really big. It's a decent sized moose anyway. He was all over the place in here. Another one sat over here. Now I wonder why. Like, I tell you, this is the least attractive place in this whole forest, yet they pick these spots to sit. Is it because it's safer? Look. I know this is off the subject. I'm not comparing this. I'm not saying this has anything to do with Sasquatch, aside from the fact that it's all right in the middle of their structures. But why pick this spot of all places in the forest? He could find the most amazing. He's not even melting the snow all the way, and you can feel it's solid ice. So he was melting it, and then he got up, it froze. Just thinking out loud. Always behind me. Here's the other thing, we've been getting some really good timestamps, and it looks like, some of them are like in the trees or something, or a part of the tree. I don't know. I don't even talk about it anymore. I'm really getting steep here. I'm trying to figure out if this is my ravine or I already passed it, because I'm so high up, they start to copy each other, and you get on the wrong groove. Hold on a sec. Not many. Some of you will know. It's a mini version of the, I call it the Patreon elephant, because it was one of the first pictures I put on Patreon, but mine is literally an elephant, and it's crazy. I got something going on there. It's like a house. I'll tell you, I've said this a million times, never rule out the steep slopes, because even the elk use these slopes. It's I don't know if it's you got another one of those TP type things right there. I don't know if it's because it's safe, or it's just where the least amount of traffic will be or what, but they definitely utilize, I see it everywhere, especially like Predator Hill and stuff. Some of the most amazing things they do are on these crazy steep hills. And this is steep, look. Like I'm just sliding down the hill. The problem with doing this is that, one log right there, boom, and you're going down. Whoa, just like that. All right, let me get over there. This tree is actually pretty amazing. Look at that. I think there's no way that much wind could have blown that tree like that up a hill this steep, and then made a break next to it that gets pinned underneath it. There's no way. It's not impossible. You guys, this is a steep hill. I don't know how I can show you. Or maybe like this. There's no way. It blew up. There's no way. So this was pushed. You got your thing. You got other sticks coming out of it at the bottom. Really good little initial thing, and this all goes up to that teepee.